Hey guys, welcome back to Brance's Math Club. Today we'll be learning how to solve a system of equations using the substitution method. A system of equations is when you have two or more equations in which you have unknown values of variables. And you need to find the values of those variables and you need to make sure that those values satisfy both or all of the equations in the system. Now, when you're solving a system of equations, there are different methods to do it. And in this video, we will be learning the substitution method. And as you can probably tell from the word itself, in the substitution method, you're just taking the value of one of the variables and plugging it in to both of the equations to solve for the answer or the solution. Now, the best time to use the substitution method is, of course, when you have been given the value of one of the variables. And in this case, we know that the value of y is equal to negative 3x plus 5. We don't know the exact value of y, but we know that it's equal to certain, like negative 3 times x and plus 5. Now what we can do is plug it into our second equation, which is 5x minus 4y equals negative 3, to find the value of x. When we do that, we're going to get 5x minus 4, and then since we're plugging in the value of y, which is negative 3x plus 5, we're going to put it in for this y right here. So it's going to be negative 3x plus 5 is equal to negative 3. Now, as you can see, what I did here is put like the stuff that I plugged in, which was negative 3x plus 5, in parentheses. And it's really important to do that because if you don't, then you're going to get the wrong answer. So whenever you're plugging in a value, you need to make sure you're doing it in parentheses. So the very first step we need to do is distribute this negative 4 to our negative 3x plus 5. So this is what we're going to do. Let's draw arrows to make it easier. And we will get 5x, and then we have negative 4 times negative 3x, which is going to give us a positive 12x, and then negative 4 times positive 5, which is going to give us negative 20, is equal to negative 3. And now what we need to do is combine like terms. So we have 5x plus 12x, which gives us 17x, and then we have negative 20 is equal to negative 3, and then we have to add the 20 to both sides so that we can get rid of it on the left hand side, and we'll be left with 17x is equal to negative 3 plus 20, which is a positive 17. And we know that 17x is equal to 17 when you divide it on both sides by 17. You get x is equal to 1. So now we know that the value of x is 1. And so the next step is take the value of the variable that you solved for, which was the variable x, and we know that the value of it is 1, and plug it into the equation to get the value of the other variable. Now here it says an equation, which in other words is just you can choose any of the equations you want. So let's say we take the first equation, which is y equals negative 3x plus 5, and we're going to plug in this value right here to get the value of the other variable, which is y. So we're going to have y equals negative 3 times 1. Remember that we have to put parentheses, and then plus 5. We have y equals negative 3 times 1, which is negative 3, plus 5, which is positive 2. And the value of y is 2. And this is our solution. X is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. Now, the last thing written here is plug in your solutions to verify. Now, this is probably the most important thing you have to do in math. Whenever you get an answer, you need to verify your answer so that you know that you're right for sure. Now, in order to verify this, all we need to do is plug it in. So we need to plug in the value of x and the value of y into both equations and make sure that it satisfies both of the equations, because remember, that's what a system of equations is. When you have the value of the variables, it has to satisfy both or all of the equations. So when we plug it in, scroll down right here. So we have y is equal to negative 3x plus 5, so that will be written as 2 is equal to negative 3 times 1 plus 5, which would give us 2 is equal to negative 3 times 1, which is negative 3, plus 5, which is 2. So it works out for the first equation. And then for our second equation, which is 5x minus 4y is equal to negative 3, we will have 5 times 1 minus 4 times 2 is equal to negative 3. 5 times 1 is 5, and then minus negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So 5 minus 8 would give us a negative 3 is equal to negative 3, and it works out for our second equation as well. So this is how you solve a system of equations using the substitution method. Thanks for watching this video, and we will see you guys next time.